Kevin Tarpley. I'm glad to be here today, sir. What was your inspiration for starting the group, Mr. Tarpley? I have to ask you that question because I've always wanted to.
Well, prior to leaving Youngstown, at the age of 18, I was an American Red Cross water safety instructor. I became an instructor because I wanted to get more of my classmates, more of my peers into lifeguarding, because I was seeing how much money we were making as lifeguards, and not enough young people from the city of Youngstown, particularly young people of color, were lifeguards at that time. And most people worked for CETA, and they were getting $250 every 2 weeks. Lifeguards was getting 3 times that, and sometimes 4 times that, working for the city of Youngstown. So I became an American Red Cross water safety instructor. And for 10 years, from age 18 until I was recruited out of Youngstown, I provided the lifeguard class for the city of Youngstown. I would have 100 young people, and I would only graduate 25 because I wanted 25 of the best.
There we go.
You had to be the best.
Well, that's what academy training is all about. It's you be a lead, I guess. You got to really focus on your studies and pay attention to what's going on.
Absolutely.
So did I hear you say, so back in the day, you were a lifeguard?
Yes,
back in the day.
I became a lifeguard at age 14. At age 16, I became a pool manager. My first pool that I managed was Chase Pool, which is no longer here. Frank McNally gave me the opportunity and the privilege to serve in that position and earn, I say I earned the grown folks money back then.
Yeah, he recognized your early maturity, if you will, and your leadership abilities. And that came before, of course, eventually you would serve on the Youngstown student advisor with the Youngstown Youth Committee, or Council, I call it, here in Youngstown, before you went off to Boston to serve for years.
Yep.
You know, it's our gain to have you back in our community. You're doing good works in the community. I follow you. And I'm honored to say that I'm very well associated with you.
Yes.
Mr. Kevin Tarpley is a pillar of the community, doing great work within the community, not just this cleanup has been organized here at Falls Playground, but many, many things that he has his academy engaged in. They're doing really, truly magnificent works all over the city, and that's the city in which they live. Training these guys to be future leaders. They, you know, will learn something from that. Iron sharpens iron. And they're doing very, very good work. So in closing, Mr. Tarpley, is there anything you would like to say?
Well, one of the things I'm proud of is I'm proud of Captain Bill, who was the first young person I recruited. He was a man of courage and grit in that sense. And then you met First Lieutenant Scott, another man of grit. I told him the other day, you've reached my level in terms of, as a young person, achieving a goal. Because he had some physical injuries. He called me 3 days before he was almost done. He was saying, Coach, I can't make it. And then at 8:30 at night, man, it brings me to tears. He called, I talked to him, and he said, Coach, you're going to be proud of me, man. I went and I hung in there. That's grit. That's what I'm trying to build.
Right on.
It's build grit. Do not give up mentally and physically. Keep moving forward. That's what we're about.
Okay, the last question I want to ask you before we say goodbye is that to date, how many people do you have as members of your academy?
We have 8 young people currently as members of the academy. We have all 8 of them have been, there's 3 senior officers, and Captain Bill promoted 5 junior officers as second lieutenants. Next year we're recruiting 40. So now that will mean we will have 48 young people as part of the academy for next year. And then going forward, it will mean we will have 88 young people. Because once they become a member of the academy, until they age out at age 24, they are a part of this academy.
Okay, well, thank you, Mr. Tarpley, for consenting to the interview. Your works are not gone unnoticed. Your academy is doing great things within the city of Youngstown to help encourage young folk to do better and actually help turn the city around for the better. We have a good community, but our community could be so much better with organizations such as yourself. And there are some up-and-coming organizations, but you do great work in the community. I thank you and I applaud you for that.
Thank you, brother.
You have a nice day. God's continued blessings to each and every one of you viewers as well. I'm Joseph Napier Sr. for Napier Vision Productions. I'm at Falls Playground today where we're having a cleanup, if you will, here at the corner of Hillman and Falls on the city's south side of Youngstown, Ohio. I'm here with a lifeguard cadet, I like to call him. This is a leader within our community. What's your name for the record, young man?
My name is Luther Bell.
Luther Bell. I'm here with Luther Bell today, and we're talking about the cleanup and what it means to him. What is he learning in this moment where he's out in the community with his sleeves rolled up? Young man, what's your opinion of the cleanup today, and what do you imagine is going to happen from what you guys are doing, your efforts here today?
Well, we're just looking to improve a lot of the playgrounds because we were just thinking that a lot of the stuff goes around here that it ain't good. So we just thinking that we should just have one thought of mind and just take on that somebody else ain't gonna do, and we should do, and just take on where it's at right now.
Okay. Now, out of your efforts here today, I see what you're doing. You guys are doing a mighty work. The Lifeguard Academy is doing good things all over the city. So you say this weekend today, this is like a targeted spot today where you're doing this. Can you talk about some of the other things that you guys have done in the community?
Yes, sir. Well, we have been visited a lot of places because we just been, for the last year or two, it been a lot of COVID going around. So I just been sticking in there and waiting for my coach, but it's worth it. But we've been working at we were down at the Boardman YMCA too. We've been working with them. You know what I'm saying? They help us with a lot of stuff down there. And they was telling us that we can also get jobs up there too when we pass our Lifeguard Academy and get our certificates. We can work up there too. And we did a community service up there about a dog. It was about a dog program thingy. You know what I'm saying? And we helped up there take care of the dogs. We fed them. We played games with them. It was a lot. Like that was a fun community service project that we did, and we were just helping out the community in the city. And we were just hoping we can just keep going and keep doing more.
Okay, well, thank you for consenting to the interview, young man. I know you guys are doing mighty work. I see that you got your Cadet's license and all that. How many years have you had it now?
Officially, I ain't have it that long.
Okay.
So we just got it.
You getting your first year in with it?
Yes, sir.
Well, we look forward to seeing one of the many area swimming pools. Probably Northside Pool is where you're going to be at.
Sure.
And we look forward to the season finally getting off when we can get there. I'm Joseph Napier Sr., and I'm going on to the next interview. Thank you so much, young man, for consenting to this interview.
No problem.
Okay, young man, say your name for the record, please.
My name is Mortez Scott. I'm First Lieutenant of Lifeguard Academy.
All right.
Chair of the sitting committee with Dawn Turnage.
Uh-huh. All right, young man, well, what does the project today mean to you out here at Falls Playground? What are you guys doing?
Well, basically, we came here to clean up playgrounds for kids and families to feel comfortable when they come around here. Feel comfortable for their kids to run around and have fun, sit around on the benches. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you come here, you want to be able to sit here and feel good about your town. And about what you sitting around and this is where you live. Be proud of who you are and what you're doing.
Yes, sir. I asked him the same questions. I'm going to ask you the same question. How long have you had you got your lifeguard certification now?
Previously got it about a month ago.
Okay.
Finally certified, but I was in charge of training our cadets and stuff.
Okay.
So they would be able to pass the test and be up there with me.
Amen, amen. Do you live in the city of Youngstown?
Yes, I live on the east side of Youngstown.
You're an East Sider? Okay, all right. I lived on the East Side for a while. I lived on Hemrod for around 4 or 5 years, almost 5 years. So I know the neighborhood pretty good, but I grew up on the south side here. Well, glad to have you guys out today doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
I'm honored to be here today to chronicleize, if you will, what's going on out here. This is a very historic park, for the record. I don't know if they've ever said anything to you about it, but
my coach tell me.
Very historic park here, and what happened back in the 60s with the civil rights movement, if you will, comes to Youngstown. This was a launch point for a march that happened where we marched from this park here all the way downtown to in front of the Mahoney County Courthouse. All right, young man, thank you for being a cadet. We need lifeguards. We need people who are homegrown, such as yourself, from Youngstown. And the people that live in Youngstown seem to do things just a little bit better because they care about the community. Thank you so much for consenting to the interview.
Okay.
I'm standing here at Falls Playground still. I'm talking to Second Lieutenant for the Youngstown Lifeguard Academy. What's your full name for the camera, young man?
Edward Favors.
Okay, Edward Favors. I may have went to school with your father or your uncles. I'm honored to be here today to cover this event that's going on at Falls Playground at the corner of Falls and Hillman on the city's south side. What do you see going on here today? What are you guys doing at the park today?
We're cleaning up the park, making it look presentable and fun for kids that want to come and play around and stuff. I see a group of young men making a name for themselves with our Lifeguard Academy and showing that we can be the mature people that people don't think that we are.
There you go. You guys are being the stewards or examples to the community. As they look at what's going on, they see you guys doing it. So sometimes the community needs examples. How long have you been a part of the group now?
I say I've been a part 6 months. I found out a little bit late towards the end of my football season for Ursuline.
Wow.
It's been so far so fun. You know, I had a great time with these people. They're like family right now.
There you go. It'll get better as the months go on as well. Has there been any other projects that you've been a part of since you've been on with the Academy?
Unfortunately, I couldn't have been a part of the last project due to my football season practices.
Right.
But I look forward to being a part of more of this.
Okay. All right. Are you from Youngstown as well? What side do you live on?
When I was raised in Youngstown in 2005, I live on the north side, right by the north side pool where I'll be working at for this summer.
Wow. I'm a north sider too, brother. So glad to see another fellow north side. I live down in Arlington Heights community, down the road, down the street from you, a little ways off of downtown there, as you know, where the rec center is. What school do you go to?
I go to Ursuline High School.
I thought so. I was admiring peeping your colors there and your logo. I didn't want to guess though. All right, Ursuline. I've had some family that came out of Ursuline, a very historic high school that was founded in the 50s, if you will. And they have done great work through the years. And they've been a very good football team through the years too, consistently. And Ursuline is definitely the place to be. You're going to learn a lot of things at that school. What grade are you in there?
I'm a sophomore, I'm oncoming junior.
Yes, sir. There you go. All right. Well, it's been my pleasure. I'm standing here right beside somebody who's putting the bone to the grind. I call it doing the real work, doing the hard work, the elbow grease, cleaning up one of our many city parks in Youngstown. Historically, in Youngstown, we had a park in almost every community at one time in Youngstown that was featured to supply the needs of the kids that lived in that neighborhood. Believe it or not, we have parks scattered all over the city of Youngstown. Thank you very much for consenting to the interview, young man.
No problem.